pitch pot, known in China as tohu, Korea as tuho, and Japan as toko, is a game where you competitively throw sticks or arrows into a pot. The Chinese words to and hu roughly translate into throw and vase. Pitch pot dates back to the Warring States period, approximately 480 to 364 BCE. The earliest written account of pitch pot is in the Book of Rites, aka Liji, which describes social norms, administration, and ceremonial rites of the Chinese court. Pitch pot was used to discuss and settle many diplomatic matters. There is a ceremony within this Book of Rites for the game of pitch pot. There is a host that presents and does everything with dramatic flair, and a superintendent of archery that keeps score. The superintendent measures from the mats that the guests and hosts are seated upon to the pot, which must be at least 2.5 arrows' length away. Each time you get an arrow into the pot, you get a counter or a point. However, there may be spots that are further away from the pot that if you score from will give you more counters. Turns are taken to throw arrows. The victor gives the vanquished a drink each time they score. Each counter is called a horse, and at the end of the rounds, the counters are tallied. There are 5 rounds if the game is played in the chamber. If in the hall, there are 7, and if played in the courtyard, there are 9 rounds. In between rounds, there was a tune that was also played called the Fox. The host oversees all the attendants, musicians, and the superintendent. The entire ceremony consists of polite refusals and polite invitations that are almost excessive in nature. And now a word from our sponsor, Lord Andrew Harris Pawn York, Thrown Weapons Deputy Officer for the Kingdom of Artemisia.
I want to talk to you a little bit today about pitch pot. So, we have a couple of examples here of some very easy to obtain pitch pots. This pot was obtained from the DI. So you just go and you find a pot that has a roughly 2-inch diameter opening on it and use it. We have a flower vase inside that we were thinking is going to be just perfect if, my wife doesn't get mad if I break it. However, if you're a little bit handy and you want to spend like $10 on materials, you can use black sewer pipe, PVC. You cut a 5-inch long by 4-inch diameter bottom section, put a bottom cap on, put a reducer to a 3-inch diameter, and then use a 7-inch long upper section. So I did this last night. It took me like 30 minutes to make. The pieces come apart easily, so if you need to add or subtract beans to the bottom of it to counterweight, or if you want to take it apart for some reason for traveling or storage, you can easily break these apart. Really super easy to make. Like I said, took a half an hour. I'm in this thing like $10. And I have materials to make many more of them because I bought long sticks of PVC. So if anyone would like to make one of these, or would like me to make one for you, just let me know. You can reach me through my Kingdom email account, or just get a hold of me on Facebook. Traditionally, archers played this game with wine casks and arrows that weren't fit for the battlefield. So they were arrows that were crooked, they were arrows that were damaged, they were arrows that the fletching had been torn off of. They were junk. So they took their junk arrows around the campfire and they threw them at wine casks. It was lots of fun. And it gives you an opportunity to do something with your junk. So we've seen other archery demonstrations about how to fix your arrows and how to straighten the shafts and, heat them up and steam them and bend them. And that's all fine and good. If you want to do that with your less than glorious arrows, then do that. Me, on the other hand, I'm just going to make more arrows. So I'm going to take my junk arrows. I'm going to use them for pitch pot. So what I did is I took these old arrows, I cut the tips off of them. I added little rubber caps that are actually automotive vacuum port caps. And there you go. Now you have pitch pot arrows. And they work really well if you're any good at this, which, by the way, this is deceptively hard.
The Kingdom of Artemisia's Throwing Weapons Office is not responsible for the potty mouth that you may develop from playing this game.
So, I would like to challenge everybody within the kingdom to join us in playing pitch pot. I would like to see everybody make a pitch pot, borrow a pitch pot, steal a pitch pot, however you get to having a pitch pot. And then beg, borrow, or steal some arrows. And then let's have some fun. So, since we can't do this all together in person, let's post our best scores online in the Kingdom Thrown Weapons group page, and then we will designate a winner from there. Please, everybody enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you again soon.